Okay, we live. Huh?
Welcome,
Oh,
welcome, peace, 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 everyone. This is the Post-Maafa Reconstruction. This is episode number 13. And I just want to thank everyone who is here for joining us every Wednesday. We're here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. My name is Tahuti Forever. I am the architect of MelaNation. MelaNation.co is our web page. You can see us there. And I do have some unfortunate news. Himnetter and Tepi, Jabari Ozazi, will not be joining us today. He has had a family emergency, and these things do happen. We wish Jabari Ozazi and his family health, strength, life, prosperity. Uncle Jasaneb, but he will not be joining us today. We will be looking forward to rescheduling with him. Hopefully, everything goes smoothly with him today. Our prayers go out to him. And I'm here with our reoccurring co host, Miss Lizzie Woody. Miss Lizzie, please introduce yourself.
hey, everyone. This is Lizzie Woody. Been around here forever in Arizona. Just trying to figure out, who we are, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and trying to, just get our information out to our communities to help maneuver through all of what's going on. Um,
Yes, indeed. And that is one of the main things. You can have really good services, you can have proper services. Um, but if the information is not getting out to the public, then obviously no one's going to hear about it, and it's not going to go be as prosperous as it could be. So the job that you do as far as getting information out and connecting people is very, very important. And our co-host Miss Jean-Pierre has entered the room.
Hello.
Please
and
introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Marjorie MJ. Don't forget the MJ. Marjorie MJ Janvier. And I am the project manager for MelaNation. And I am Team MJ. So come join my team. Come on and join my team on MelaNation app.
Yes, indeed. I'm not sure if you heard, but I just got a call from Himnetter and Tepi Jabari Ozazi with unfortunate news. He is having a family emergency, and it's something that he has to deal with on an immediate basis. I was watching him live on another channel, Sonetta TV, and he had to abruptly leave that channel because of the family emergency that he had. And he reached out to me because he was supposed to join us next, and he let me know that he won't be joining us today.
Hope
So again, our prayers definitely go out to him because these things happen to everyone. Life does happen, and
it,
some things are uncontrollable. So
Mhm.
hopefully we can get him rescheduled, and hopefully that he has a blessed day and everything goes in a positive direction for him.
Yeah, hopefully everything's fine.
Yeah, and his family. So again, we're here every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Arizona time, which is called Mountain Standard Time. You can join us on our webpage, which is melanation.co. You can also, of course, join us on our YouTube channel, MelaNation App. If you go to melanation.co, you can send us messages, and it'll also link you over to um, our Facebook page. In fact, let me go ahead and introduce you to melanation.co. One moment. All right. Now, as you can see, this is melanation.co. It lets you know that our app is coming soon. We are expecting to have the app released September 15th of 2027. Here you can see the link that allows you to join us on Facebook. So we're asking the community to go ahead and click that Facebook button, join us as friends. You can also join us on the community, on our messenger community, where we're constantly in communication with each other. It's important that we do get feedback from the community. So every MelaNation starts with you. Mela Community is a powerful all-in-one platform designed to connect, empower, and elevate the global melanated community. From networking to business growth to content, event, and opportunity, everything lives in one ecosystem. One moment. Did we lose you for a second, Miss Lizzie? One second.
Okay.
All
Did
right,
we
Miss
just,
Lizzie.
or did I just go off?
I'm not sure. It looked like we lost you for a second. I wanted to make sure we had you back on here. I was just reading off, showing the audience melanation.co. At any point you
All
want to
right.
stop me, have any questions for me, or want to speak to the audience, feel free. Again, we're on plan B because we were expecting to have Himneder and Tepi, Jabari Elzazi, join us today. So we're going to just continue our normal presentation without our special guest speaker. And we're just going to introduce the audience to the MelaNation app so they understand and know what to expect. So
Okay.
again, if you have anything you want to say to the audience, stop me at any time because I'm just going to continue to do the presentation.
Okay. Tell us about Sankofa and that human ear with that bird.
Sankofa. The ear is something that is not generally associated with Sankofa, but it just means the ear represents listening and understanding.
Okay.
Sankofa itself, it stands for go back and fetch it. That's what it really translates to. Go back and fetch it. And what we're talking about when we're saying go back and fetch it is our history, our lineage, our
Right.
culture. We don't want to lose anything that's helped us to get to where we are. So
Okay.
Sankofa means go back and fetch it.
Or when you say fetch it, it reminds me of that old black and white TV show. Was it called Step and Fetch It? And a lot of people were very upset with that black show. I don't remember seeing it, but I do remember the controversy surrounding it. So
Interesting fact. That's an interesting fact. So let me go back over here to our webpage. Are you able to see the webpage?
I can see it.
Fantastic. So we're building a community and it's powered by our family members. When you join our community, you become family. Mela Community is not just another social app. It's a digital nation where culture, commerce, and collaboration come together. Whether you're a creator, entrepreneur, professional, or community leader, this is your home. We're bringing everyone under one ecosystem.
That's it.
The very first thing you'll see is Mela News, a post-Maafa Reconstruction instrument. Post-Maafa Reconstruction phase begins with narrative sovereignty. After centuries of displacement, extraction, and distortion, our first responsibility is to reclaim our power to define reality for ourselves. Reconstruction cannot occur while our stories are being told by outsiders, filtered through hostile systems, or reduced to spectacle. A people disconnected from their own narrative cannot coordinate their future. And let's speak about that for a moment. Let's speak about how important it is that we control our own narrative. Does anyone want to talk about that? How the news shows us in one light, or how things in our community are not being told and not getting to the community?
Well, I remember as far as a high school in Phoenix, they used to say a lot of horrible things on the news about different kind of fights and things, racism and everything going on at that school. But I remember that the news kind of twisted it up because they didn't have the facts right. So that gave the name, the school already had a bad name for those types of things. It was two different people, different races who were fighting. And then all these other people gathered around, but it wasn't racist or anything like that. It was just two young kids in high school that were fighting with a jest. But anyway,
So
yeah.
how important do you think it is for us to report our own news?
It's important because we know what's happening. Just like I was saying about that fight, those two knew what was happening, but everybody outside was thinking it was something else. So it's just like, I remember in high school, there was this guy, he was very rich, and he used to get dropped off in his limousine. His driver used to bring him to school. And the first time he met a black person, the black person was very angry. And so this guy started thinking that all black people were like this guy. It just happened to be something that happened, and he was very upset. But they became good friends in high school.
Well, let me ask you.
So
Let me ask you this: what is the effect on melanated people reporting their own news? How does that impact our community?
it impacts us because we know the story. We know how it really is. We're not outside looking in and trying to figure out what's happening. Kind of like what the Egyptians did with the Kemet, calling them gods when they were only parts of nature. So if they had just left the story alone, everyone would know that Kemet was not worshiping all kind of gods. They were believing in what they could see, and that was nature.
Right. So what you're saying is that when we're speaking our own story, we can express ourselves from an Afro-centered perspective, where other people express as if through their own culture. And a lot of time, the way that they view our culture is not a good reflection of what we consider ourselves to be.
No,
so we're able to have our own stories.
Right.
But
that's the best part.
Well, look, I would like to add to that the fact that if you don't see what we as a people are doing, we're living through the eyes of others. And if the fact that, we don't really think the same, we're going to try to fulfill what others expect us to fulfill, being a culture, if that makes sense.
It does. Culture, the lens of culture changes everything.
Yeah.
And for a very long time, for centuries, melanated people haven't been able to express, we haven't had our own voice, and we haven't been able to express our own understanding of the situations of reality through our own cultural lens. So doing it through a Eurocentric lens, they're going to put us as on a negative scale. Okay, there's no positivity there. It's all negative, a negative scale. However, when the Europeans talk about their own culture, it's all positive.
Mm-hmm.
And being that we are still fighting the injustice of systematic racism, that's one of the first things that we need to take control of, is our ability to have our own narratives from our own perspective, from our own culture, instead of having it told to us through a different lens.
But the bad thing about that is Black America doesn't have a culture. We've adapted to all these things that's been put upon us, thrown upon us. If we were saying Africa, then they've been around for thousands of years. So they have a culture. But Black America has no culture. They're just out there grabbing at straws, whatever they can get.
There is a lot of things that is not positive about Black culture. One, we call it Black. So that in itself is a double negative.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that there's no culture. We might not have as long of a lineage as the Africans on the continent, but we definitely have created a new culture, right? It's maybe not be an ancient culture, but it is a new culture. And to express what you're talking about, it's debatable, but we could say we are new people. And these things are things that our elders are actually discussing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What do we consider ourselves? There are new fractions of African Americans that have come together with new rules and new structures. But as far as culture, we're considering culture things such as a unified language, uh, food. You know, we have a food culture, and it changes in the different regions. Music, clothing, all these different things that we have.
Yeah.
When you combine that together, that becomes its own culture, and that's a new thing. But if you go to other regions of the world, they're not going to have the same culture as African Americans. They're not going to have the same foods. They're not going to, and if they do, it's only because they're practicing after like they're giving acknowledgement to the African culture. Like you'll see K-pop in China where their Chinese are using the black culture. They're dressing black, singing black, dancing black, and they've created that genre in reference to the black culture.
Yeah. And what about that nod that Black people do when they see another Black person?
Right. So there's a lot of different things that we have that we can consider part of our culture. So it's not zero culture, it's just new. I mean, we've only been free enough to create our own culture, in the last 150 since 1980s, was it 1880s,
Yeah.
in that area. So, but from that day going forward, actually, I'm sorry, we've adapted from our ancient culture, and a lot of our ancient culture has come with us to our current culture. A lot of the things that our enslaved ancestors were teaching and doing and performing on the plantations were things that they learned in Africa, and they were able to hold on to some of that information. And that's a lot of the dances and singing that we're doing is something that made it through the transatlantic slave trade, that made it to our culture today. So a lot of it is new, and some of it does stem all the way back in history.
And I like that Alex Haley story, Roots, where he talks about how the African heritage was handed down from generation to generation in his family. Some things stayed with them.
Yes, exactly that.
And so,
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, and so people have done that in all the Black families. If they were, especially slaves or whatever, some of that mentality got transferred down through the family too.
Right. And I'm reluctant to call them slaves. And in the culture, we generally call them enslaved.
Oh, okay.
Right. These are people who were enslaved, because slavery is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Slavery is something that is extremely, extremely horrible to do to somebody. But these are people that we're doing things to. And the thing is when we give them certain names, certain titles, we put them in certain boxes, we dehumanize them. And we don't want to do that to our ancestors. So we don't call our ancestors slaves, but we recognize that they were enslaved. And that's one of the things that we need to reconcile with in our community, to let people know that they did not bring slaves from Africa. They brought engineers, they brought farmers, they brought mathematicians from Africa, and then they put them in a system that was unjust, that they called slavery. But they were not slaves, they were enslaved, right? And the thing is when we're talking about these things, it's important that we make these things known.
Okay,
Because
that makes sense.
yes, indeed.
And I would like to add that the fact that we're saying we, as Americans, we don't have a culture. We have a culture because when you are not around Black folks, you want to be around Black folks because there are things that we have in common. To me, that is still a part of our culture. When
Okay.
people go to different cities or whatever, they're going to say, "Where are the black folks?" Because they
Oh yeah,
know that they. I'm sorry.
that's true.
Ashe, ashe.
No,
And that's where the
they
MelaNation App comes in handy.
Yes. And that's one of the main important things is being able to take ourselves, take what's beautiful about us and bring it forward through our own Afro-centered vision and lens, right? Instead of it given to us through the colonizer's lens, which we've been doing for the last hundreds of years. The MelaNation aims to change that. And Mela News, that is the tip of the spear. Mela News is where all of this is going to come together, where the community can reach out to us and let us know what's going on, and we can broadcast on a wide range to our people as far as where we are, who we are, and what we plan to do and plan to go towards the future. And that being said, Miss Lizzie Woody, I know we're in June, so I know there are a lot of events that are going to be transpiring, especially because Juneteenth is one of the biggest months. I don't know why. February is Black History Month, but February doesn't really compare to June.
I didn't think at all.
Right? So, is there any announcements we have as far as events that are coming around?
Oh yeah, we have quite a few events. These are just these are just the ones that I had an opportunity to find, and we're going to start with the Botanical Garden Juneteenth celebration. Actually, we're not going to start with that because I don't have a date for that one.
Okay.
On Saturday, June the 20th, the 13th annual Tempe Juneteenth celebration is going to be at the Tempe History Museum, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the address is 809 East Southern Avenue. That's in Tempe, Arizona. And this is hosted by the Tempe African American Advisory Committee, if you've ever heard of them.
I haven't.
So this is the 13th annual. That means that they've been doing it for the past 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's a 6th annual Juneteenth Freedom Celebration. Oh, come on. Where's the date? And I don't have the date for that one. I will get back with you for the date. It does start at 6 o'clock until 10 o'clock, and it will be at the Arizona Center. I'll get that information back to you.
Okay.
But that is downtown off of 3rd Street and Van Buren. I don't know if any of you have ever been down there. It's called the Arizona Center.
I've been there.
Right. And that is hosted by Rep Your Brand Enterprise.
Okay.
So, but right now, let me go on and get the date for that particular event if you want to,
Sure, that definitely works. Meanwhile, again, I would like to, I can't stress the importance of our own narrative sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stress the importance of that. Without that, we may not even proceeded with the creation of MelaNation. The underlying point is having sovereignty, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be able to speak for ourselves, to be
Right.
able to take steps in the direction that the community is saying that we need to go in.
Yeah. I really like that because it gives us power back. We take our power back.
Exactly. So that's the point of a Mela News. When you log on to the app is going to automatically play Mela News. Prior to you scrolling, prior to you posting, as soon as you log on, what you're going to see is Mela News. So that's of utmost importance. Now we do have delegates. MelaNation is a digital representation of the conscious community, placing the fate of the community back in the hands of the community itself.
Mm-hmm.
To achieve this, MelaNation is governed by a committee of delegates chosen directly by the people. Leadership is not appointed from above, nor concentrated in isolation. Delegates are selected through collective decision-making, funding, and staffing by the community, and empowered only to the extent that they produce measurable impact.
Okay.
So MelaNation is designed to be systematic. Part of the system is having leadership that is not stagnant. We're looking for the best leadership possible, and leaders are voted in by the users. So if you are a user of MelaNation and you are melanated user, you have to be a melanated user to impact our leadership. But if you've registered as a melanated user, you can vote in our leadership staff. You can vote in these delegates.
Okay.
So, and the delegates are assessed by, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, now, what do the delegates do once they're elected and they're in that position?
Right. So once we elect the delegates, there are 42 delegates. Each delegate has a duration of 12 months where they would have to be reelected unless they have retained an 85% satisfaction rate. If they retained above 85% satisfaction rate, they are automatically renewed as a delegate for another 12 months.
How do they get that 85%?
Right. I was actually still answering the very first question.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So what they're in charge of doing is three things. They're in charge of creating jobs, also creating income opportunities or new streams of income, and offering services. So based on those three criteria, we have assessors that use those criteria to gauge the effectiveness of those delegates, and they give them that percentage rating. If they stay above that 85%, then when the term is up, they just automatically renew.
Okay,
Right.
that's good.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, that is what the delegates are. They are elected only as long as they're effective, right? So MelaNation wants to offer them their funding and their staffing.
Okay. So if a delegate remains at 85% year after year after year after year, they just continue to be a delegate.
Right. That means that if they're at 85%, then they're doing what we need them to do. And we don't want to remove anyone who is right for the position.
Right.
So if you're at 85% satisfaction rate across the board and the community is saying, yes, you don't have to go through the same process.
That's
You
good.
don't have to run for office. You don't have to campaign. You don't have to do any of those things because you have proven your mettle. So those people, we want all 42 to stay in office. That's what we really want, because what that means is that we have the right people in the right places.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
That would be fantastic.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. As far as the delegates are concerned and the job creation, what would be a reason to create a job? What does that look like?
So the delegates will be reaching out to the people in the community in different states. They'll be assigned different states, and we'll have polls where the community is telling us what is needed in their community. So let's say in Houston, Texas, the community overwhelmingly is saying that they need a daycare. Well, the delegate that's in charge of Texas will reach out to grab funds to create a daycare in that community. Now, what this does is it it gives resources to that community. It also creates revenue because we already have the clients, because the clients were the people who voted for the daycare in that location,
Right.
which means that's what they need. Um, and that's going to be job opportunities. We have to hire staff to run the daycare.
Right.
So that completes a few of their criteria.
That's awesome. That's great.
Absolutely. Um, so a community needs a daycare. Does that um, um, mean it's just that community, or does it go beyond, just creating a daycare for that community? Does that make sense?
Right. So these things are what the delegates will be deciding about. But as a delegate, if I was a delegate, my answer would be that I would like to create franchises. So if we start
Oh,
a
there
daycare,
you go.
if we started a daycare, MelaCare, whatever name we want to call it, we would use that same title, daycare, same organization, company in multiple locations. When other people say, no, we need a daycare here, we'll just replicate the daycare that's successful and we'll open one up in that other city.
That's good.
Okay.
Now, but again, these are the things that are determined by the delegates.
Okay. Because I was going to say, well, it's just in that area that they're asking for it. But if there are other areas that are asking for it, then you go ahead and do a chain of them.
Exactly. What works for one community may not work for the next community. However, if they're asking for the same thing, then it's likely going to be just as successful.
Right.
So we do utilize entertainment as a strategy gateway to reach the community at large. So culture is what draws us in, but consciousness keeps us together. Through shared stories, music, and creativity, we gather the people, transforming attention into alignment and participation into purpose. Galvanizing the community is not just a slogan, it's a mechanism for empowerment. So it's important that we bring the youth, that we bring entertainment into our community because people are attracted by entertainment. So
Right.
we're going to have the latest movies, the most up-to-date movies. We're going to have a large variety of movies so people can be entertained. But again, when the users come on to the app, even on the television, because it is downloadable to the television, when they come on to the app, they're going to be exposed to our community because Mela News is going to be the very first thing that they're going to hear, right? And Mela News is going to be updated on a daily basis, explaining exactly what's going on in our community, what's needed, what's expected. So yes, the MelaNation will be downloadable to your television, and we're going to bring together the community under entertainment, right? If you're subscribed to different apps, different television streaming apps, but you want to support the movement, then you want to definitely subscribe to the movie app that we have as well. And again, I do want to update anyone who might just be logging on here that we were expecting Himneder and Tebi Jabari Ozazi to be joining us as our special guest speaker today. However, he had a family emergency, and we are definitely, our heart goes out to Himneder and Tebi Jabari Ozazi, and we wish him life, health, strength, prosperity for him and his family. In the culture, we say Uncle Jasaneb. Miss Lizzie, were you able to locate the date of that event?
Yes, I was. I mean, I do have that date. It is actually the 20th of June. And as I said, it is hosted by Rep Your Brand Enterprise. And it starts from 6 until 11 p.m. at the Arizona Center, downtown Phoenix. And it's their 6th annual June Freedom Celebration. Also, can I give another one right now?
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
Yes,
on
go ahead.
Sunday, June the 21st, it's Make Music Day, a Juneteenth weekend plus Father's Day celebration. It starts at 9 o'clock in the morning until 1 p.m. at Spaces of Opportunity Garden, 1200 West Vineyard Road in Phoenix, Arizona. And it says the coordinator is Conscious Capital Collective, whatever that is. I'm sure it's meaningful. I'm not familiar with that. But Spaces of Opportunity is a location where there are huge gardens, you know, and you can rent space there to grow your own garden. Mr. Tahiti.
Yes, indeed. We have not played. I'm sorry?
No, what I was saying is I remember you were giving some information about Spaces of Opportunity the last time. That's
Yes.
to its value.
Yes, this is true. Spaces of Opportunity. The shrine here of Banu is not too far from Spaces of Opportunity. We're talking only a few blocks away. So, I would just walk there from time to time. And it's a place where you can rent plots, and they have irrigation for you. And you just bring your own tools, and you till your own soil, you put your hands in the dirt, and you grow your own food. And then we come together and we have different events where everyone comes together and celebrate the opportunity that we have to grow together. And the feeling of growing your own food, cooking the food amongst everyone, and just having fellowship with the fresh food from that you grew together. Because let's say you're growing beans and different vegetables, but the plot next to you are growing different types of fruits. But on the day of the event, when everyone is harvesting their food, you have a variety of food that's freshly grown, tilled by our own hands. So it's a very beautiful experience.
And you don't have, I was going to say, you don't have to worry about pesticides.
True. This is true. So,
and that's at 1200 West Vineyard.
Spaces of Opportunity. And I think everyone, even if you're not from here, you don't have time to till the soil. I think you should visit the location so that you can see the spirit of the energy of the community, because it's a very beautiful thing. It's a feeling that it kind of hits home, understanding that we're come together in that way, things that are nutritious for us.
Right.
Yes, indeed. So you know what? I actually did not play our standard 2-minute video. Let me go ahead and play that now.
The emergence of an inspired event is now on the move, requiring all hands on deck. So here's why you should share. We have substantially invested in a systematic approach to Black economics. Our mission is to empower and uplift our community, both online and in the physical world where birds fly. Interestingly, your monthly vote steers the direction of the company. Introducing MelaNation, a cutting-edge TV and an internet platform. It's making its way to the world stage with over 400 pages of state-of-the-art features. Features include movie streaming, a production studio for influencers where your production will be displayed through the television, a dating site that can be accessed through the TV, a Google Maps-powered satellite mapping system for registered Black-owned businesses and entertainment, making it easier for you to locate the community near you, and much more. We're bringing everything the community needs under one roof in order to build the proper infrastructure across the nation. Learn more on the Facebook page, family. The time is now for your participation to shape the direction of this community-powered company.
That is good. Yes, that's my favorite video.
Well, birds fly, right?
Right.
There you go. Where birds fly.
Whenever I'm talking
Reality.
about videos, I say the one that says when birds fly.
Yeah. You know where that comes from?
I'm not sure.
So, I mean, it's not anything that's extra deep or anything, but it's just a personal note that I stuck on there. People who are in the culture or like hip hop, one of the main top 5 is always Andre 3000. So Andre 3000 has that lyric in one of his songs, and he's expressing how something is real. You know it's real if it's in the real world where birds fly. So
Okay.
he actually used that as a lyric. I want to bring on that lyric one of these days. But a lot of people who are fans of the Andre 3000, it's gonna register with them on a deeper level.
Okay.
So melanation is definitely that real. In the real world will birds fly.
Yeah. And I like how he's gone in a different direction. He says he's too old to rap anymore. So he's now playing the flute. Isn't it the flute that he's playing now, recording with?
Yeah. He put out a flute album not too
Yeah.
long ago. Yes, indeed.
And he said, what can he rap about at the age that he is? I'm like, rap about walking on with your cane, pushing a wheelchair. If you have to hop on crutches, rap about that. That's what I'm thinking.
So MelaNation has over 400 pages of state-of-the-art features. We are currently in the alpha phase where we are testing the features on our phones. We'll likely have different version of this app before we go into the beta phase. So we're going to do a lot of testing. It's over 400 pages that we need to look through and test to make sure it is appealing and is the way we want it to be. But the app is still due to launch September 15th of 2027.
Can you give us a little bit more information? Last week you mentioned the locations. I believe you said 10 locations that are planned. And you said that you had selected one in Texas. Is that correct?
Yes. So, and again, when we're talking about these things, we want to make it clear because there are a lot of legalities behind expressing goals in the wrong way. Okay. So this is a goal of ours. We have fully intention. Our intention is to create first off, create 10 locations, melanation locations in the real world where birds fly. The way we want to go about doing it is we want to, every 20,000 subscribers on the app, we'll open one new location. Now, I don't have the location ready right now, but if you give me a moment, I can show the picture of the location that I would like. But again, this is not something that we've bid on. This is not something that we're currently in the process of purchasing. This is a vision that I'm showing. And if it comes to fruition, I'll be happy about it. But if we were able to get the 20,000 subscribers, this is a location that I would like us to purchase first. But again, that will still have to go through the same process through the delegates. So the delegates will have to say, okay, this is the location we would like to actually, let me put that a different way. It does have to go through the 20,000 subscribers, right? So the 20,000 subscribers would have to agree that we would like the location to be opened in Houston or near Houston because it's 30 minutes outside of Houston.
Okay.
And
I'm not sure that it's a good idea to show the real estate on here. Somebody else may be looking for real estate as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if they're searching for real estate, it'll pull up on the same way I pulled up on real estate.
Oh, okay.
Right. But, and again, here's the thing. I don't believe in destiny so much as I believe in creating your own environment, being the thing that you're looking to use. Like if you want to see positivity in the world, you have to be that positivity, right? So I say that in order to say this. If that real estate is purchased by the time it's time for us to purchase real estate, that's not a problem because we are still MelaNation and we're still going to move forward. It just
Right.
won't be with that particular property. If we like that design of that property, maybe we'll just create it from scratch at a different location. The the main point is that we be true to ourselves, right? We be authentically melanated and understand that there's a systematic approach to these things. So if we lose one opportunity because the system is in place, another opportunity is on the way.
Don't they say like 10 more will open up? You lose one, 10 more will make them be available.
Exactly. So it's all about being true to ourselves and relying on or putting together a system that is effective.
Mm-hmm.
But it took me maybe 7 minutes to find a location. Miss Lizzie, I'm going to look for the location here. Do you have any other events that you can speak about while I'm looking for this location?
Okay, yes, we do. On This says Mercado's and Melody's Juneteenth celebration. And I believe that is on it is on the 18th of June, 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. This is in Avondale, the Avondale Civic Center Amphitheater, which is 11465 West Civic Center Drive in Avondale. And that is coordinated by the City of Avondale Parks and Recreation. Also, we have on June the 14th, it says, "We've come this far." It is at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Embassy Suites. That's 4400 South Rural Road in Tempe. And that is hosted by the Arizona Historical Society.
Okay.
Um,
My favorite one, I don't know what street it's on. I used to go to it years ago. I haven't been in quite a few years. But they walk up to that park that's next to the library downtown. I don't even know what street they take.
You're
But I think
talking
it's
about Margaret T. Hance Park,
yes.
is that correct? Or either Margaret T. Hance or East Lake Park?
No, not East Lake. This one is
Okay.
downtown next to the city library. Not far from
Yeah,
there.
Burton Bar Library.
Burton Bar? Is that one in downtown? Is that what it's called, Burton Bar?
Just north of Roosevelt,
Yeah, yeah.
Margaret T. Hance Park,
Okay. So
right
that one,
behind the library.
yeah, that one usually happens every 19th of June from like 8 in the morning. Then they have this big celebration, all kind of vendors out there with food and entertainers go there and everything's free as far as entertainment goes. I know I saw Isaac Hayes there. I don't know, I think it was Crisscross. And the one lady that lives in Phoenix, I can't think of her name. What is her name? I don't know. But she's the one that sings, "Finally, it has happened to me." I can't think of her name. But anyway, I saw her there too. But this has been years ago. So yeah, I would like to go and
Well,
attend that.
also,
Hmm?
Okay, on Saturday, June the 13th, is the Valley of the Sun Juneteenth celebration. I think that's the big celebration that's been going on for years, because it used to be, I believe, at Margaret T. Hance Park, the Valley of the Sun Juneteenth organization. But this year it is, I think it was last year as well, it was at East Lake Park, which is on 1549 East Jefferson Street.
Okay.
East Lake Park. There's a park there. And that's actually an area where Black folks, were able to celebrate way back in the day, East Lake Park.
Yeah. That used to be the place to go back in the 70s and even the 80s.
Absolutely.
And before the 70s, of course. Yeah.
Right. Because they had a pool there, and I think, we were allowed to go swimming back in the day.
Well, this is taking a little too long. I wasn't able to find a link as fast as I wanted to that location. But what we'll do is I'll go ahead and show the actual prototype.
Oh, right.
Let's see. That's not the prototype. And here it is. I'll let you ask me where I should venture on this prototype.
Can you remember?
I did. Yep.
Let's go to MelaNews.
MelaNews. So, MelaNews is here on top. If I click on here, what it shows is the different broadcasts that's previously shown. We have blogs, we have forum, but MelaNews is basically going to be live on the home screen. So it's not really much to express about MelaNews, but I will explain that we decided to go with an avatar named Mela to be the news anchor. We did this because Mela is digital, which means she's worldwide, and we're able to upload new information very fast to Mela.
That's good.
Right. Instead of having a live person on the scene, on location, and having to cover that and try to piece that in and bring it online and share it with everyone, that's a little bit more problematic. So we decided to go with the avatar so we can explain the situation that's happening instantaneously. What else would you like to see here? Miss Lizzie?
I'm sorry?
Would you like to select an area of the app that I can introduce to the public?
Mela Entertainment. Is there entertainment or?
We have a few ways of entertaining people, but basically we'll be talking about Mela TV or Mela Vision. Mela Vision is where you'll find the movies here. So Mela Vision is more than just video movie streaming. What our users will do is they will create videos, content through the app, because we do have a Mela Studio where you can create videos, and you can upload your own videos onto the television through your own account, through your own profile. But on Mela TV, on the very top again, you'll see Mela News. You'll also see the delegates and their intro videos as they're campaigning to become delegates. You'll see those as well. You'll see the news updates. You'll see popular TV shows, Mela Shorts. Mela Shorts, again, is videos that our users are uploading to the television. We also have the trending shows and movies. We want to be competitive. We want to have a large variety of titles for our users to search through when it comes to the general public watching movies. But also, we want people to be aware that you can go live yourself through your profile, and you can invite your friends and family to watch you live, and it'll be live on the television. So there's a multitude of different things, different aspects that you can use for entertainment, or just spreading your information, or creating your channel, or influencing people. There's a multitude of different ways of using Melavision.
Oh, I like that. Now, what about love? Love, 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 love. Everybody's looking for love. Everybody loves. Let's go to the dating app.
Yes. So we do have Mela Dating. So the way Mela Dating will be working here, we wanted to make sure that we have a way of staying connected in a community, and a community starts with the self and the family. And we want to make sure that the relationships are being strengthened in our community.
Mm-hmm.
So through MelaNation, you'll be able to find like-minded people based on the contact card. So everyone in the dating app, the dating section, will have a contact card. That contact card will show you how involved they are or how not involved they are based on their leaderboard score. So everyone has a leaderboard score, and it'll give you information about the person and how they are involved in the community. But yes, the purpose of the dating app is to strengthen our community through relationships. Also, it's not just going to be pictures. It's also going to be 5-second videos. So this woman here by the name of Lindsay Vitros, she would have a 5-second video introducing herself. And what would happen is if you well, let me put it this way. Let's say you like the way she looks, you'll swipe right. Is it right? Or is it left? You'll swipe left if you like her picture, and then you'll be able to see her 5-second video. And at which point you can interact with her, you can send her a message.
Oh, okay.
The purpose of the 5-second video is so that you're not getting scammed or trolled or catfished or anything like that.
You see them and hear them.
You can see them and hear them. It's not mandatory that they do a 5-second video, but you'll be able to filter only people who agree to do the 5-second videos versus the people who are not. So, did you have any other questions?
5 seconds.
What was that?
Is 5 seconds a real number?
5 seconds. Yeah. So the video is only for the catfish purpose. We're not creating a huge log where they're telling them about themselves and everything video, because that would take away from meeting them and being able to ask them certain things and connecting with them in that way if they just spilled out their whole life story on the video. But so yeah, it's actually a 5-second video. It will go something like, "Hello, I'm to Hootie Forever. I live in Phoenix. Please inbox."
Yeah, that's good.
I'm a Capricorn.
Okay. What I was thinking is, what about our business people? Educating our business people. Is there something as far as owning and operating a business,
Yeah.
Is there a business section or
So additional to entertainment, we do have something for businesses, which would be our virtual map. The virtual map here will connect our users to their businesses. And one of the things we'll probably implement in the future is like discounts based on your membership for MelaNation. Like maybe you can go to a Black-owned bookstore like Grassroots Bookstore downtown Phoenix and show them that you are a premier user of MelaNation, and they may give you 10% off of your purchase, food, beverage, or books, or anything like that. So
Yeah.
we're likely going to be implementing different ways of interacting with the community that benefits our users.
Yeah,
But
that's good.
yes, but as far as businesses, um, our businesses are able to register these profiles, and our users can search based on keyword functions. They can filter. Let's say they're looking for clothing items or food. They can filter it based on their location. Also, if they're not in their home city, let's say they're out and abroad, they can just switch the location through the filters, and they'll find the Black-owned businesses that are there as well.
Now, if you're out of town, you don't know your way around. So does this app help like guide you there?
Yes, this is powered by Google.
Okay.
So our map is powered by Google, so you'll be able to find your way around, going through the app, going through the Mela community portion of the virtual app.
Okay.
that's definitely where I would want to talk to the delegates because I have some ideas that that we need to take a look at.
Yes, indeed. So also on this virtual map, you can find other Mela users like yourself who've registered on the map. You can find events. We're talking about any type of events that's being registered. This could be entertainment. This could be lectures. It could be a lot of different things. We do have Mela Job Search where you can search for jobs. Also, you can use the map to see the location of the jobs that are available nearest you.
That's really handy.
Mhm. If you're going to be searching for purchases on Mela Market, you can also see that on the app on the map here. Just in case you want to, instead of searching for something particular, maybe you just have an inkling of buying something and you want to see what's for sale in your neighborhood. So you'll just search around through the location and see what's for sale. Or of course, you can go to the search bar and type in, I want to buy roller skates, and roller skates will pop up. And again, MelaNation is really family oriented. So it's important that we understand who our family members are, connect with our family. So we do have a family tree. So if you're on a virtual map, you can also see the location of the people who've registered that are also linked to your family tree.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive. I like it.
Yes. We try to make everything user-friendly and put all the tools in our hands so that, we don't have to go other places. Everything is under one ecosystem.
And actually, the app will send you to those places.
Yes. Yes, indeed. All right. And again, we're on the prototype here. Where else should we venture on the prototype?
The leaderboard.
The leaderboard. Now, we can always talk extensively about in reference to the leaderboard here. We do have two separate boards. We have the collective board, and we also have the prime board. The difference between the two boards is that the collective board, once you have registered with MelaNation, you're automatically added to the collective board. You'll likely get a certain amount of points for joining, and then you'd have to make your way up to the top of the leaderboard.
So what do we do with those points?
We don't do anything with the points. The points are there to show how active of a member you are.
Okay.
But what I'm going to say is the second half of the board, the prime board, the points does matter in the prime board, because if you're high enough on the leaderboard, you get to assess the app itself. You get to become an assessor. The top 800 users of the app can qualify to become an assessor. And the assessor is the people who gives the delegates their rating. Remember I said that the delegates have to maintain an 85% approval rating?
Mhm.
That approval rating is given by the assessors.
Okay.
Right. So what this means is any user who registers as a melanated user
Mm-hmm.
will join a prime board. And if they're on the top 800 on the prime board, then they can then register to become an assessor. And at that point, they have leadership in the direction that our app goes, right? They have the
So the assessors get points and they stay in the 800 range. They get their points by doing things on MelaNation on the app.
Yeah. So there are actionable features on the app. So if you do certain actions, you will get certain points. The more actions you do that gives you points, the higher your points go.
Okay. So can
Yeah.
we talk to people on the app, other people that are on there just like us?
You mean talk by phone? You mean
No,
talk by text?
any kind of communication. What is that available?
Yeah, it's a social media app, just like Facebook. So let's say you go to your posts. So let's talk about allies and empires, because we haven't discussed that in any of these sessions.
Okay.
Your allies is what Facebook calls friends. This prototype doesn't have a page for the allies, but it basically allows you to accept different friends,
Mm-hmm.
and they become your allies.
Okay.
The empires are what Facebook calls, I think it's called groups on Facebook.
Okay. Okay.
You get to create your own empire, basing it on whatever structure you want to base it on. If you have a business, if you have some type of activity that you like, you can create an activity or a group for that activity, so you can interact with people.
Okay.
But yeah,
So if we're on this part, can we create a video for people to see when they're in our group or allies can see?
yes. Mhm.
Okay.
You can send text to your allies, to your group, to your empires. You can send videos to your allies, to your empires. You can also, we're working on a feature where you can call people, just like through Messenger, where they have the phone call. You can call people,
Mhm.
video call people, different things like that as well.
Now, how do you sign on? How do you get on this once you have the app? Is it you have to have a password, 10 passwords, because you got so much going on here? Do you have the password for each time you go to a different section?
Let's see if I can figure out how to start it from the beginning. I'm not sure if I do know how to do that. I'll just talk through it. So yeah, so you have to create a profile. The
Mm-hmm.
very first thing is you'll log on, you'll enter your email address, you'll create a profile, you answer all the profile questions, or you'll skip the profile questions, but we're going to give you points for answering the profile questions, because the profile questions helps our community connect with each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things on your profile that you might connect with somebody. Let's say you like to shoot pool, and your profile asks you for different type of games or activities you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Other people put the same activity, then you have that in common with that user.
Right, right.
Mm. But yeah, so you just create a profile just like any other social media app, and then that's how you start and get onto the page.
Okay. So once we're in, we're in. We don't have to, if we go to another section, we don't have to put a password in or anything. We're just already in.
Yep. Once you're logged in, you've already put in your password, then you're good to go.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. So the app itself, um, the app is free. It's free to download the app and to use the app, but we do have areas where you can subscribe if you want a more premium experience.
Mm-hmm.
You get more availability, you get more features, you get more access to the features that we're showing you if you are a paid subscriber. And the thing is when you do pay and subscribe, that adds to our delegates. What would we call it? I don't want to use the word budget because it's not an actual budget.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a stimulus that we're offering to the community on a monthly basis.
Okay.
And that stimulus amount is affected by how much the app is bringing in.
Right. That makes sense.
Right. So we have different features, and these features are not exact because this is a prototype. We're still working on this,
Mm-hmm.
but you have the plan is basically $20 a month. However, you can have additional features added like Mela TV. If you add the Mela TV Max Melavision for $3.99, what'll happen is you don't have any commercials during your movies and things like that. If you have like add Max Mela Market, then you're able to do things that other people are not able to do in Mela Market, like selling things on the high end, like cars or different things like that, where you might be restricted on the amount of cars you can sell unless you're on the Mela Market. And a lot of different social media apps or marketplaces are using this. You can only sell a certain amount of things
Mm-hmm.
before having to subscribe. And the same thing with Mela Dating. You can subscribe to Max Mela Dating, which will allow you additional features like being able to instantly communicate with someone that you're interested in. Most of the dating apps, what happens is you have to send the person you're interested in a communication, and then they have to respond back to you. At
Right.
which point you then have access to talk to them, right? In this instant, if you're a Max Mela Dating user, you'll be able to send out a larger audience of people that you like without having to first get a response back to them.
Oh,
So, yeah,
so you searching.
it kind of cuts through the red tape. So, and then there's also a fourth option that's not on here at this point, where it's the social media, where you can add to the Mela community, where certain aspects of the social media will be enhanced,
Oh,
such as your coin generator. You can enhance your coin generator where instead of just receiving one coin for every action, you'll receive um, additional points. So for the first month, let's say you subscribe and you receive one coin per action,
okay.
but because you're a Mela community user, when you pay your next month subscription, your coin generator will go up in strength by 0.01%, or
Oh,
actually 0.1%.
mm-hmm.
So over 10 months, instead of it being one coin per action, you'll have 2 coins per action.
Oh, I like that. So
Yeah,
what do I do with those coins? What do I do with all those coins?
same thing. So that's the same thing. Let me go back to the leaderboard, because those coins are what are these points here on the leaderboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So every action that you do is going to add to your points here in the leaderboard. And again, if you're on leaderboard prime, if you get to become one of the top 800 users of MelaNation. And this is really important that we want to make sure that the people who are impacting the community, impacting the company,
Mhm.
are the people who are using the app the most, are the people who are mostly invested in the app.
Right.
Their opinions are the ones that we're going to hold of high regards. So the top 800 users of the app will have more authority to the point where they're guiding the company itself.
Okay. So those coins are going to
Yeah,
keep
'cause
you in the 800 area.
You have to be one of the top 800 to become an assessor.
Yeah.
Miss Lizzie Woody, did I hear you say something?
I was going to say, it's good that we have this length of time to put this together because, we want people to understand exactly how it works in order for them to actually, benefit from it,
And I want me to understand how it works. Really.
Yes,
that's
indeed.
kind of what I'm talking about as well.
So we will definitely be uplifting the top performers and anyone who has a profile that's done something exceptional, Black excellence. That's what this section over here is so that we can uplift our users that are exceptional, onto the front screen. So everyone who logs onto the app will see who they are, and they'll understand that this person is doing something that impacts our community in a powerful way.
That's really great. This app is really great.
Yes, indeed. And it's time. It empowers us as a people. It allows us to take control of our own future and stop living under the narratives of people that are not here, to support or uplift us.
Right. You can take it back.
And we don't need that approval either. So
Exactly.
Mhm.
We can define things based on our own perspectives, and we can name ourselves, and we can move together in unison.
Right. Because it's for us, by us.
This is true. Let's
with us.
cover one more area before we end the session here. Who would
Okay.
like to choose the last area for tonight?
Oh, classes. What kind of classes will be on this? Will there be classes on this?
Yes. So the courses and classes is not something that MelaNation is creating. We're creating the space to allow teachers to come in and present their material to the students. So these courses and classes will be designed by instructors.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the instructors will be with credentials and accredited,
Mm-hmm.
and it will be shown which instructors are accredited. However, our people don't not only need to be instructed by these accredited teachers, but the average melanated person has something to teach. If
Right.
you are a melanated user, but you are not accredited by you haven't gotten any degrees, you can still create a course or a class, but
That's
it will be shown that you don't have those accreditations.
Yeah,
But if
that's
right. So it doesn't stop you from creating a course. It just acknowledges that you are someone who feels that you are strong in a certain area and you want to uplift our community in that area.
yeah,
So,
go ahead. I was gonna
go
say
ahead.
there's a lot of people that sew and they can show other people how to sew, but they didn't go to school for it. It's just something that they have a natural talent for, or someone showed them and they just build from there.
This is true. Now, the instructors are able to charge for the classes, or it could be free. So you'll be able to search for different courses using the search tool. And then some of the classes will be free and some of them will have a what do you call it, tuition or
A
have a
fee.
cost to it.
So
Yes.
is that fee coming from the instructor or is it coming from the app?
That fee is coming from the instructor. So the instructor could make it a free course, or they can charge for the course.
Okay.
That was kind of what I was alluding to earlier when I was talking about business or whatever, classes and things that will educate you. You're saying from the instructor or the person that's creating the class, because I'm looking at free information out there. So free can lead to pay, if that makes sense.
Yes, indeed.
Because I was thinking about Quality Jones. She did say when this app gets put together, with her helping business owners and everything, it's like I want to be a part of it, and I can see where people like her can benefit from that.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, that is definitely something that can be considered. Well, it's a business. That's definitely a business. And that was one of the ways I was going to approach it, because you had asked about creating businesses. There's so many different ways to approach the concept of creating businesses, because the app itself, one of the functions of the app is to create businesses. So there's a lot of different ways that I was thinking about it. But the way I went about answering that question was the business registration, where businesses register and connect with the users. But yes, we also have the courses for instructors, and we're also creating businesses through our delegates. Our delegates are going to be actively creating new businesses in different locations. So with that being said, we've reached about the time to end our session here.
I have one more Juneteenth to announce.
Okay.
And it is the Carver Museum Carver Juneteenth Freedom Festival, which is Saturday, June the 13th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And that is at the George Washington Carver Museum and Cultural Center, 415 East Grant Street in Phoenix, Arizona. And, that's one of our landmarks as far as our heritage here in Arizona. And a lot of people still do not know it exists as the George Washington Carver Museum and Cultural Center, downtown Phoenix.
Is that the one where Gershon Williams is hosting?
I think she did say that. He was hosting something there.
I'm sorry?
Was that the event that Gershon is hosting?
Yes, I think he's a part of that. I think, I'm not really sure, not off the top of my head. It's either.
Yeah.
It's at the same place, though. May not be the same day.
So Gershon Williams is one of the teachers of mine that's here in Phoenix that I really look up to. And we met on a monthly basis at that location. So I'm fairly sure that he's probably the person who is spearheading that event. But yes, that's a beautiful location. Marjorie, did you want to close out?
Oh, well, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you got a lot of information, because we're very informative. Now come and join us. Go ahead and go to that Facebook page. Is there a QR code somewhere they can click on? I don't know. But anyway, we want you to join us. Be a part of our family. We love you, and we want to make sure that you're heard in everything that you're doing. You are important to us. So come join us.
Yes. So we don't have a QR code, but the address to our YouTube, MelaNation, Facebook, and Cash App is all MelaNation App. So just type in go to Facebook, type in MelaNation App, and we will definitely pop up. And I also want to remind everyone that let's send out our well wishes and blessings to Himneter and Tepi Jabari Ozazi, because he is going through something right now. And we want to make sure that the transitions that he's going through right now is as smooth as possible. So Uncle Ja Seneb, to Himneter and Tebi Jabari Ozazi and his family.
Right.
Other than that, thanks for watching. See you again Wednesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. In the meantime, in between time, go ahead and follow us on Facebook, Messenger, and join us on our webpage, melanation.co. Ashe?
Oh,
All right. Have a good night.
good. See you later.
Everybody.
Oh, we're not still there.